Welcome to Spiritual and Ambitious. I'm your host, Whitney McNeil. I'm a certified medium and spiritual teacher, and I help spiritual and ambitious souls just like you live your life purpose through your career and attract abundance by connecting into your intuition and spirit guides. Let's get spiritual and ambitious. It's October 1st, my favorite month. This is the month of Halloween. I've always loved this month so much because it becomes much more common for people to talk about spirit. I've even got my little witchy mug going on this morning. Surprise, we're going to be doing Sunday spirit messages all through October to help celebrate our 100th episode, which we just had. So we're technically right now on 101. And I just want to say thank you so much for listening and being a part of my world and community. And you can always listen on your favorite podcast listening app. But if you want to see the cards, go over to YouTube. And by the way, if you've not registered for our free class, all about how to live your purpose in abundance, coming up very soon, you want to do that. We've got it coming up on October 3rd. Go to messengerspirit.com/register. And whenever you're listening to this, let's say it's after October 3rd, always check the show notes to see what we have going on. And this message is meant for you no matter when you're listening. Let's pull some cards. All right. First card we have here is the hawk. I love this hawk. This is change your perspective. So the hawk can dial in very clearly on the mouse in the grass, but the hawk can also expand its vision all the way out over the mountains and see the vast landscape, what's coming, what's past, and those things. Normally when I pull the hawk, the message is make your view a bit broader, see the higher perspective. But I feel like there's some of you who maybe need to hone in on the details. So for most of you, it feels like, let's go away from the details. I'm in the weeds too much. I need to see the broader perspective. But for some of you listening, I feel like you also need to really look at some details. So how do you know if it's for you? Tune in with your body. Take a moment, clear your mind, see which one resonates mostly. Maybe you see, feel, hear, or know the answer. Do you need to broaden your perspective or do you need to narrow it down? And just see which one feels mostly connected for you. All right. So when you take that action, once you broaden or you hone in, then you take inspired action. Inspired action card means you take intuitive action when you feel inspired, when you know it's now. And this card can be so frustrating because oftentimes we want to plan. We want to know what's coming. And when you broaden your perspective, you can kind of see what's happening. But inspired action is take the step that's in front of you right now when you feel inspired. And so the card says, take it now, but you might feel like, well, I don't have an action to take. I don't know what to do. So if you do not have an action to take, that is your action. Be in the moment of what your body is telling you, what your intuition is telling you, and allow yourself to have that trust that when I get my intuitive message, when I get inspiration, I will take the action, and that is my trust. And continue to talk with your spirit guides so you can understand that inspiration the way it comes through. And then finally, this card for this week is the heart chakra. It's balance. It's the card of the healer, and it's time for self-care. So this week, make sure you put some self-care. Maybe you want to schedule that Reiki session. Maybe you want to get that massage. Maybe you just need more alone time in your week. This is an important message for you that you are going to need balance in your week. So plan the balance out. You will take inspired action this week when you feel it and be prepared for it. And this feels like a very strong schedule the time. Don't just take the inspired action with the self-care. Schedule the time you need maintenance. All right, I will see you in the free class, and I will be back on Wednesday with a brand new full episode. But until then, here's to staying spiritual and ambitious. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. And if you loved it, would you please share it with a friend? I would also love your review and a reminder to subscribe so you never miss an episode. You can find me at messengerofspirit.com, and you can take the 4 Intuitive Languages quiz and find show notes there too. If you want to connect on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you can find me at Messenger of Spirit. I'll meet you right here next week. Here's to staying spiritual and ambitious.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM. Women's voices amplified.